Good afternoon to everyone that is viewing this video. I am basically making this video today to have a discussion about a very important topic that I feel very strongly about that I never really gotten the chance to really express, which is interesting because I had made a previous video in one of my other YouTube videos talking about a lot of the stories that I have watched on television about Route 666 and all that stuff. Like you can find that video on there. But what I'm here to talk about is basically the main issue that is going on in this world and a lot of the things that is surrounding us that every single day that we don't even know about. To just get down to the nitty gritty case, in all reality, there is a lot of things that the government has been hiding from us for centuries and centuries. And there's some people that want to know about it, but yet there's some people that don't want to know about it. And then you got those people that do know about it, but don't really care to talk about it. And then you have some people that will just panic and run away from it. And they don't even want to hear anything that has anything to do with something that could possibly be true or that or that they feel that could threaten their life. So I watch a lot of these television shows, and even though you can't really believe everything that you see on television, but at the same time, you have to have enough common sense to know that there are things that go on in this world that the government has been hiding from us from a lot of years. This is why you have to be careful with certain countries that you go to or certain areas that you go to, like within the United States, because there has been things that has happened decades and centuries ago that has been kept a secret and hidden in the books. For example, lots of ghost stories. Lots of ghost stories that have been told. Like there are creatures that are walking this planet right now that we don't even know about. There are sea creatures that are living underneath the sea that could potentially come up on this planet and attack us. But yet nobody wants to hear about any of that. You know, there's even thousands of medications that I'm pretty sure that the government has already worked on, and even I'm pretty sure that there's even cures that they found to certain diseases like cancer and HIV and diabetes. I'm pretty sure that they found a lot of cures and a lot of solutions to a lot of different diseases, but they haven't released it yet because I feel that the reason that they're not releasing it is because it has a lot to do with money and it has a lot to do with them saving a lot of stuff. And this is pretty much the same thing that has to do with certain things that's going on in the world. We're basically surrounded by evil things. And like every day we're surrounded by evil things. Like I watch a lot of these stories on TV about people telling their personal experiences that happened to them, about haunted houses they are in, and a lot and all kind of things that they see in forests, especially people that that were born like back in the 1960s and 70s, and how they would go in the forest and they would see like certain monsters that they never thought that was in that certain forest. And usually Texas and Florida and California, they usually seem to be the main target states, even though it can happen anywhere, but those states seem to be the main target of a lot of weird things happening. Like there's, like I've heard about, you know, um, monkeys with wings, like flying monkeys that come out at nighttime. I've heard about reptoids, like literally crawling out of the sewers in California. I've heard about, you know, zombie soldiers coming out and attacking people at night and at nighttime, like in the southern Texas, because these were soldiers that had died basically and back in the Civil War days. And there's people that will literally come out at night and they would see these types of things. And it's just so many different stories that has been told on television. Like I can't really get into all of them because it's just so many different stories that has been told by people. So the whole point of this matter is that nobody's really going to believe anything unless it happens to them personally. And it just puzzles me, in a way when people are just so quick to call everything fake or call everything scripted, because everything isn't fake and everything isn't scripted, because there are real things like this that happen. Whether people want to believe it or not, there are things out there now in this world that is going on that we don't even know about. I mean, come on, just think about it. Before humans were even on this planet, what was here first? There was all types of weird deficiency things, all type of extraterrestrial creatures, and all type of weird walking figures on this planet way before we were even here. Because obviously Earth is not the only planet, and obviously humans were not the only ones that was walking this planet. You know, so whether people want to believe it or not, there's lots of things that is going on out here that people, I just think that people are too scared to even face the truth. And you know, and yes, there are some hoaxes. There are some things that do come off kind of not believable, because some people may think that they see certain stuff, so then they place it online and then they put on there on what they think that they see. But it's just that even even if it can be proven, even if some of these things can be proven that it's real, I feel like people are still going to be in denial about it, and I just feel like people, in a way, people are programmed to call everything fake. I feel that society is has pretty much brainwashed itself and programmed each other to call every single thing fake and call everything not believable, either because they don't want to believe it or because they are just too scared to face the reality of the reality of it. And the reality is that there has been so many things that has happened on this earth that so many people don't even know about. And people are trying to get on television and tell us what's going on in this world, but people just don't want to. They just don't want to listen. And people just need to open their eyes, and they need to just be more leery of their surroundings and what goes on behind them. Because because you don't know what certain areas may have a certain rich history, or that may have had a specific time frame, or you don't really know what certain areas may have had some kind of uh, violent history before you even got there. But people just walk around, thinking that it's not going to happen to them, but honestly it can happen to anyone. And I just can't stress it enough that before someone is quick to call something fake or not believable, people need to open their eyes and understand that there are things that goes on around us, whether you want to believe it or not. So that's just my whole theory about that. I'm not I'm not no kind of conspiracy theorist. I'm not no scientist. I'm not somebody that sits down and writes this out, because honestly, there's no manual to all of this. But I'm just a believer that there are things out there among us that do exist. Non human and human. Like, it doesn't matter. So that's just my whole thing about that. So that's just how I feel about everything. And if you guys want to comment on this video, please feel free to do that and let me know your thoughts on everything.